Welcome back, true believers. This is Shane, and I'm here to talk about the final episode of the first season of Marvel's What If. This is What If Episode 9. What if the Watcher broke his oath? Well, before we get into breaking oath, I'm going to make sure I don't break this oath and ask you to please give me a like, comment, subscribe. Really helps out, and I appreciate each and every last one of those things. So, let's get right into this. Um, this is a good wrap up. This episode, and I've been saying it to people who I talk to, and I think I probably said it back in episode 8. This episode was able to make or break this entire show. It made it. It made the show. It did a wonderful job. You get a clap. Um, just wow. So we already knew that that the Watcher had to find a way to beat basically God Ultron, and he went to Strange and needed Strange's help, but he admits to I think seven of them, wasn't just six, of seven of them, seven different heroes. Hey, I was looking for the one person. It wasn't the one. It was the many. So who does he pull? He pulls Captain Carter. Her life is mirroring Steve Rogers in our universe so much to the point where she had on her own stealth suit. I love Steve Rogers' stealth suit. That is probably my favorite costume he has ever worn in the entire MCU. Glad they chose her at that point in time wearing that suit. And they probably knew it too, that was the best outfit he's ever worn. So we got Captain Carter right before she's about to fight Backrock. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, it'd be crazy if Steve was like the Winter Soldier or something. Hold that thought. We pull out Star Lord T'Challa as he is fighting Kurt Russell trying to kill his son, Peter Quill. He pulls out Killmonger, who was winning. It looks like Pepper Potts and Shuri were going after him, but they wanted him alive. You know, he had to face the trial of Wakanda. Yeah, you're gonna see what he gets in the end. So you got the cousins, got Captain Carter. We already have, I'm not gonna call him Evil Strange. I'm gonna call him Monster Strange. We got Monster Strange or Dark Strange. Party Thor, because Party Thor was already fighting these Ultron units as they tried to take over Las Vegas. Now, funny part, he was the last person they got, but I'm purposely not bringing up Gamora. This is a Gamora that looks like she's wearing Thanos' armor. Pardon me. And as the Watcher zooms in, because he's made himself visible for all to see, we have Tony Stark at the I think it's Vormir. He's at Vormir where Stormbreaker was made. They're melting down the Infinity Gauntlet. Tony Stark's armor is like an orange and blue, and it looks pretty dang cool. I hope we get to see that armor. I don't care if it's in What If. It looked pretty dang cool. And he's talking with Gamora, saying, well, all right, well, we beat Thanos. Are you sure, melting this is the right thing? We shouldn't use it for something. And Gamora has her father's double blaze that he used at the end of Endgame. Watcher pulls her out. Now we have not seen the episode for this, and it was to my knowledge that What If was supposed to have 12 episodes. I remember reading somewhere it was supposed to have 12, but instead it has 9. So it looks like there are 3 different episodes, and her episode is probably included that were cut from this. And that's fine, I guess. I really hope they end up showing her, her episode. She's pretty cool, and seeing that Tony in that armor. This is a world where Tony Stark actually lives and doesn't die. What? I need to see that world, because if he's alive and Thanos is gone, probably means that a couple other people have already bitten the dust. And those are 6 heroes. I say 7, but you'll stick around. Actually, I'm not recapping this. The 7th one is the ruins. I call it ruins or Apocalypse Black Widow, because that is the world they end up finishing Thanos on. It's his original universe, and she comes pretty much later in. Apparently, her and Captain Carter in Captain Carter's universe, apparently they are what they call BFFs. They're close. She only trusts 3 people, and she's one of them. I'm going to assume that the other one is Clint and Nick Fury. And excuse me, it's even kind of funny because Natasha had to tell Captain Carter, Hydra didn't die, it just, mutated and hid, which is kind of like a hint for her in her universe. But apparently in Gamora's universe, I guess we can call her Gamora. What we call her? Supreme Gamora. They made an invention called the Infinity Smasher. That once you put the Soul Stone in it, it goes after the rest of the stones, supposed to destroy it. Obviously, that plan didn't work because apparently, each each world is slightly different than the other. So the Infinity Smasher couldn't destroy those Infinity Stones because they are slightly different than the ones from the world they came from. I'm telling you, when this episode is, I'm probably gonna have to call it the best episode of the season because it is the Marvel Avengers of What If. It's a bald guy coming together, a black bald guy coming together, getting people to come together to fight for a greater good. And the name they came up with was Guardians of the Multiverse, which is way better than Avengers of the Multiverse because instead of having to avenge it, you're guarding it. Perfect name. Uh, the action in this was fantastic. I mean, the fight scenes. So my best fight, my favorite parts of the action was when Thor threw his hammer. Doctor Strange made multiple hammers, something that he had also done against Thanos in Infinity War. Yeah, he didn't make multiple hammers, but he made multiple versions of himself, and that was amazing. Like they did a move where he made a ball of hammers, and Thor just lit him up with lightning. I need to see that actually happen in an MCU movie. Please let that happen because that was way too cool. Um, we had the all on I call it the all on one attack against Ultron, where they said don't give him time to think, just keep attacking him so they can use the Infinity Smasher on him. They went after this dude one after another. You got the cousins fighting. You got the and it almost leads to one of the best moments was which I call the high low shield bash. You have Captain Carter with her shield, you have Apocalypse Natasha with her shield, one going high, one going low. You can take so many of these shots in this episode and put them up as like a poster or a screenshot on your phone or your computer because man, and for 24 minutes, this was well paced. Before I get you to the pacing, let me what else? Ultron tried to go gigantic to beat them. Monster Strange unleashed the monster, was letting out those Shuma Groff tentacles. We do get bits and flashes of him trying to keep his monster side in check, which did a good job for the most part. Another one of the great parts. He is the MVP of this episode for several reasons. One of the best reasons is when Ultron tries to do his Ultron explosion, which he did on the initial universe that had no life that they drew him to. When he did his universe explosion move, Doctor Strange just took it, condensed it, and ate it, giving himself another power up. Um, yeah, the no, actually I put that right there too. Just Doctor Strange, none of this could have happened without him. As a matter of fact, Strange is the smart one because when we get into our climax where through the combined efforts of Captain Carter and Apocalypse Widow, they were able to get that Arnim Zolo virus into Ultron. I see here, and back in my mind, I'm saying, okay, so what's going to stop him from wanting to kill everything that isn't a Nazi or Hydra run universe? Ultron was taken over, but Killmonger was always going to be Killmonger. When Thor came back with a little shiny Ultron drone helmet, he figured out how it worked and used the metal from that to draw on the metal from the Ultron Infinity armor that he was wearing in Vision's body onto him with the stones. So it looked like they had to fight him, but no. Zola ends up going back and forth with Killmonger, and now they're stuck in limbo because the Infinity Stones are in one central area while they're both trying to pull them towards one another. And Strange says, "Wait, man, we weren't actually supposed to beat him. This is what I'm supposed to do." He just uses he uses his super dark magic to put them in their own crystalline prison, just like he is in his own universe. Excuse me. And he even talks to the Watcher about that. He said, "You saw all this. You saw that bringing us all together. You saw that he would turn on us. You even saw me doing this." He said, "Yeah, but I have one more favor to ask of you. Can you watch them? Because if that thing cracks, all hell's gonna break loose." He's like, "I got you. It's not like I have anything else to do." So good, good guy, Monster Strange. Um, there's actually some really good interactions between the two of them. I know this episode is short, but there was a joke of, you pick this team where Party Thor is just being Party Thor, being a big dummy, and when Gamora reveals, "Hey, got this Infinity Destroyer thing," and he's like, "Yeah, I did pick this team." It's wonderful back and forth banter. That's another reason why it's like on that Avenger level, because the interaction between the characters is actually pretty good. Even the comedic parts like that, or when Strange is going on and on during his toast, which is a callback to the fact that in his episode he's like, "I suck at making toast." So it just all around great episode. Even the fact that Killmonger was being civil with Star Lord T'Challa, he even calls him they call each other cousin because it's like, you might not be from my universe, but you're still my cousin. But yeah, what can you do? Killmonger's gonna be Killmonger. But yeah, pacing was really well done. Even the endings were really well done. And the only thing that felt out of place was when they came with the Soul Stone and Ruin Widow got it and she aimed a gun at them. It's like, she's like, "I'm the only person supposed to be alive." You are. If if Zola told you that Ultron went to other dimensions, why wouldn't you think these guys are from other dimensions? Which, Peggy Carter had to explain to her who she was, the close connection she had with her. She even saved her, which she's like, "Yeah, we must be really close." Um, but Peggy was surprised that it was Steve that took the serum in that universe. And she's like, "Man, I'd love to see that." You're gonna see it, Peggy. Uh, you're gonna see it. So, I already said about the Gamora. Why did they break it? But let's talk about the wrap ups. Killmonger has been neutralized. Yeah, you won, Killmonger. You're winning forever in this little prison. So unless you and Zola decide to fuse together, just like Hank Pym did with Ultron in Age of Ultron, the comic, unless you choose to do that, you're gonna be stuck there, which will probably cause another reason for the Guardians of the Multiverse to show up. Party Thor got his happy ending. He got to go back with his Lady Jane. That's actually what he was upset about. He's like, "I was supposed to go on a date, and I'm sitting up here fighting robots." We have T'Challa came back. Looks like he was having fun with Peter Quill. Um, last performance. This is the last performance of Chadwick Boseman. Period. Uh, Wonderful job. They did a wonderful job for giving Chadwick the respect, even though this was made before they even knew he was sick, before he ever died. It shows how much respect he was owed and he was due, and I'm glad they paid proper respect for him. Um, Monster Strange, he was able to do something good. He has a new purpose, and it does feel kind of redeemed. By the way, this deconfirms people saying, "Oh, it's Monster Strange that's in the new Spider-Man." Y'all goofy. Uh, Ultron, Vision, and Zola, same thing as Killmonger. Y'all stuck. Well, Ultron's dead, which is good. Um, Wanda zombie. So one of the last acts that Strange did when he opened up a portal into the zombie multiverse, which is pretty badass that he is strong enough. He First of all, he doesn't have a sling ring. Secondly, he's able to conjure up portals to other multiverses. And I think he even made the multiverse bus, I call it, that they were on when they were all making their plans. Uh, that was just amazing. Like he dropped the zombies down, and zombie Wanda was in there. He's like, "That's not." He's like, "It's not the zombies. It's what's with the zombies." Of course, Zombie Wanda couldn't beat, Ultron Vision. He just blew up that entire universe. He's like, I ain't got time for this. Blow it up. So what I want to see, I need to see the Nick Fury, Captain America, Captain Marvel with Apocalypse Black Widow world. Because the Watcher broke his oath twice. He broke it because he said that he would never get involved, but in order to save the multiverse, he had to go and personally speak to each of these heroes and say, "You have been chosen. We need to beat Ultron." He also broke his oath by helping Apocalypse Natasha, who she used Hawkeye's bow to finally kill Ultron, but she said, "I'm not walking out that door. There's nothing left for me." She kind of runs the Watcher down a little bit, saying, you just watch us, you eating popcorn, you could be saving us, and blah blah blah. He's like, you don't realize how much you all's stories mean to me. Like watching this universe, it actually means a whole lot to him. If I could pull up, I know I wrote in my last notes what he ended up saying. Um, Here we go. So he says their stories. He cherishes all their stories, and their stories are basically his home. Like he's living through each of them, just making sure everything's okay. He is the one sole being that's going to be around to remember all of them, and that's why he's doing it. Now the funny part is she's like saying she's not going to walk out the door. And he's like, the door is literally just a metaphor, and he swipes his hands. I love the effect of how the walls and the ceiling it all collapses down, and they're on top of the helicarrier fighting the forces of Loki. And I was a bit confused on where and when they were because I saw Captain Marvel glowing, then I saw Steve kicking and punching. I was like, oh, I know where they are. And they already lost the Widow. Now here's the funny part. They're gonna know the existence of the multiverse because she comes in, kicks Loki before he can kill Fury, touches the scepter, they win. He's like, I know you're not my Natasha, but looks like you got the same spirit as her. We're gonna get along just fine. And probably by having her there, she can say, hey, she was infiltrated by Hydra. We should fix that. I need to see that world. I also need to see the world of Captain Carter because we got an after credit or mid credit scene for um for What If for this episode. Mid credit scene is just what happened with Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Even though Batroc punches her because she was put right back in the same moment, Widow took him out and she says, hey, they were after this. It's the Hydra Smasher, but guess what? There's someone in there. It's the Winter Steve or the Steve Rogers Soldier or the Hydra, the Winter, no, the Hydra, no, the Winter Smasher Steve Hydra man guy. Whatever it is, he is there. You gotta continue that story. I hope that we end up with each season. I hope that at the end there is a multiversal issue where the watcher has to go, damn, I got to do it all over again. And I hope he picks back up some of the characters we've already seen, like a Captain Carter, Gamora, Apocalypse, Widow. I hope he picks, at least one or two to three of the ones we've already seen and introduce some new people. It'll be great. He can't use Strange because Strange is, you know, that Strange is already preoccupied. I'm kind of surprised though that even though he dumped the zombies, I'm surprised that the Watcher didn't get uh, Peter Parker. Peter Parker from the zombie world. He wasn't using the cape at the time because the cape is on Paul Rudd's head. Um, he could have called him. That would have been an interesting dynamic to see how the very hopeful Peter would have just kept their spirits up while they're all making sure they don't die and the universe doesn't end. And so, what becomes of Killmonger being the winner of everything? You are perpetually the winner, never ever getting your prize. Just, all in all, best episode in the season. If you didn't like this episode, I really don't know what to say. I would definitely love to hear your opinion on it, on if you didn't like it, because this was fantastic. It's the same reason why I love, and I believe I put Marvel's Avengers as my number one MCU movie about a year ago. It's a great combination of everything that we've seen. It doesn't sacrifice anyone's character. Everyone got some good time. It's fantastic. So for me, it's a 5 out of 5. Just blatant 5 out of 5. And it did a good job of even showing the universes that I was like on, like the universe where Loki takes over everybody and the Avengers are dead. You did a good job of making me interested in going back there again. Please, please do this again, Marvel. Please. And it's been rumored that in season 4 they want to put more Phase 4 stuff, so we might actually get Wenwu, the real Mandarin, versus Tony Stark. That might actually happen. That needs to happen because my comic book heart, I gotta see that. I'm disappointed that it never happened in the MCU, but I might not be disappointed any longer. We might, he might fight Fing Fang Foom. Please. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please hit that like button. It's right there. It's if you like the video, please like the video. Give me a subscribe. If you're already subscribed, hit the notification bell. Be notified of more videos like this. And you know what? You should definitely share this video with all your friends. Please do. Show them the great discussions we're having. Just this is one of the highlights of reviewing these type of things because man, this is a really great episode. It was a wonderful payoff from watching it from the beginning to end. Man, really, really good. Really, really good. Makes me excited for more. More or less excited for Eternals, but we'll see what happens. As always, please be good, be blessed, wash your hands, wear your mask. I appreciate each and every last one of you. Be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way, please don't be a jerk, and I will definitely see you next time. Excelsior.